Hey, it's Sammy Ray. Welcome back to Ray Word Astrology, and today we are doing another good, bad, and the ugly of your moon sign, particularly Taurus Moon. Alright, if you can't tell, this is the Earth Sign series from the green drip. We're talking about Earth signs. So, before we get into that, I have a February sale going on from until the end of February. So if you want a natal chart done or a synastry chart done, please hit me up and you can check out my email at bravebirdcharts@gmail.com, as well as send me a message on Facebook or Instagram if you'd like one of those charts. Without further ado, let's get into it. The good, the bad, the ugly. Taurus Moon. The good. You guys are very sweet. Very, very sweet. Now, I know I said Scorpio was one of my favorite moon signs. This is my favorite moon sign, okay? And it's not just because the moon is exalted in Taurus. It's these people that I know who have Taurus moon are very sweet, okay? They're very thoughtful, and they are awkward flirts. I love it. I love an awkward flirt because it's just, I like awkwardness in general. But I just find it hilarious. Not that I make fun of it, but it's just, it gives you some, it gives, you know, situations something interesting. They're very dependable people. They will set you straight. Now, if you're struggling in your life and you have a Taurus moon friend, I tend to attract Taurus moons or earth signs in general. I tend to attract them when I need stability again. And Taurus moons, my Taurus moon friends that I've had in the past have been very emotionally dependable, to the point where I could be having a complete mental breakdown and all of a sudden they randomly message me and we start talking and they just calm me and they set me straight, okay? And they are patient and thoughtful. I'm a mess, okay? I'm not the perfect girl. I'm like, my mom tried so hard to make me a Southern Belle and it just didn't happen, okay? These people are so very patient with you, but they do want you to respect their time. But for the most part, they are very caring and they can just accept you for who you are. Is there a little bit of judgment? Yes, but they're kind enough not to say anything about it, okay? Okay, let's talk about the bad. They can live in the past, okay? They can live in the past in their head. Let's say they had their heart broken 10 years ago. They may still really think about that heartbreak, and it could even be something that they did themselves, and they will still remember that. They can be the kind of people, if let's say it took them 5 years to move on and they finally moved on. If that ex comes running back, if they're not healed, they'll figure out how to get back with that ex. Because even though for the most part they're loyal, they have a hard time again letting go of those first loves. So they could say in the past, and it could be, it doesn't have to be about love. It could be grudges that they have against friends. If they loan you $20 a long time ago, that's all right. They still think about it, but don't let you sit there and say, okay, well, you owe me money. No, you owe me $20 from 10 years ago. They don't forget, okay? But they can often be fixated in the past. And speaking of fixated, they can be fixated on certain thoughts and patterns that no longer serve them. So this is the one I noticed the most. They could totally, you know, a lot of times, often, especially depending on the parent that had the most influence for them, if they have certain thoughts and feelings that were given to them by that parent as far as belief systems it goes, because Taurus is values, okay? It's, second house is values, it's what you grew up off of and what you want to raise your family off of. Even if they don't truly kind of believe that anymore, they may stick to it because they feel like, okay, tradition, this is what I'm supposed to do. They may get this in their head where I'm supposed to do this, I have to do this, and it's no longer serving them. So sometimes it takes a whole new cycle for things to go completely wrong for them to finally let that go. All right, let's get into the ugly. Okay, the ugly. They can be a slave to their pleasures. For example, if they have a liver problem and they have a certain drink that they have every night at a certain time because they're very routine, okay, and emotional. Part of routines are help their emotional nature in that it keeps them grounded. Okay, it's all about being grounded, but they can have behaviors that are not so grounded in the sense that, okay, they can have liver problems. They know every night at 7 p.m. they have their drink, right? They don't care. They're gonna have that drink. It would take something major to happen for them to be like, okay, I have to try to change this, and then they get stubborn about changing something. But if they don't see the day-to-day influence of it, they're like, forget it, whatever, I'm gonna keep going. They can be closed-minded when it comes to emotional nature. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of them, they will do things for you, but they have to care about you. If not, they can be users. They can use you, and also just not be open to anything that you have to say. These are the kind of people you have to make them think that whatever you suggested was their idea. Or if you're trying to get them to do something, you have to be like, pretend like you don't care about it so much. Because if you do, then they kind of just set in their heels in typical Taurus nature and say, nope, not gonna do it. Just because you said it, I'm not gonna do it. So you have to make them think it's their idea. Other than that, I love this moon sign. I think they're great people. A lot of times it brings just a steady emotions, but again, the bad is that they don't always decide to change their life. So that's the negative side. But that's the good, the bad, the ugly of Taurus Moon. If you have anything else to add, leave it down below. If you would like a natal chart reading or a synastry chart reading, hit my email up at bravebirdcharts@gmail.com, or you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Send me a message, and have a good day. Bye.